Menopause and perimenopause metabolic. Sweetheart, if you've spent years trying to eat less and move more, yet your body now plays by new rules, this class is your reset button. Menopause and perimenopause are not the end of energy, they're a redesign. Your hormones are changing leadership, your metabolism is rewriting its policies, and your job is simply to cooperate, not fight. Tonight, we'll rebuild your rhythm from the inside out. Fuel, minerals, movement, and mindset. By the end, you'll understand why calm burns better than chaos and how small daily choices rewrite decades of habits. Let's begin with the spark that powers every cell. Oxygen. Your metabolism is not a math equation, it's chemistry. Without iron and B12, there is no flame. Iron carries oxygen through your bloodstream. B12 converts that oxygen into usable energy. When either runs low, fatigue replaces focus, cravings creep in, and your body starts storing rather than burning. It's not laziness. It's low oxygen. Women over 40 often lose iron through heavier or irregular bleeding during perimenopause, and B12 absorption declines with age and reduced stomach acid. The fix isn't fancy. It's food with purpose. Spinach with a squeeze of lemon, lentils with bell peppers, salmon, eggs, or fortified grains for that gentle B12 refill. Pear plant sources with vitamin C to unlock absorption. When iron flows, oxygen feeds your muscles again, your heartbeat steadies, and that mysterious mid-afternoon slump finally lifts. Before you cut calories, test your ferritin and B12. No spark, no burn. Now let's talk hormones, the real project managers of your metabolism. Estrogen, progesterone, cortisol, and insulin are in constant conversation. In perimenopause, estrogen dips, cortisol rises, and the body interprets this as danger. Its response? Store fat for safety. That soft belly you see in the mirror is not rebellion, it's protection. The good news is that your body listens. When you lower cortisol, you send the opposite message. I'm safe, you can release. You do this by feeding yourself early, breathing deeply, and walking gently. Start your morning with protein, 20 grams within 30 minutes of waking. Protein lowers cortisol and signals your brain that food is plentiful. After each meal, walk for 10 minutes. It's enough to lower blood sugar and insulin without stress. And whenever overwhelm strikes, try the 4-4-6 breath. Inhale 4 seconds, hold 4, exhale 6. Each exhale whispers calm to your nervous system. Weight loss in midlife isn't about punishment, it's about safety. A calm body burns. Hydration is your next fat burn multiplier. Half your sugar cravings are thirst in disguise. When dehydration sets in, cortisol climbs and the liver struggles to metabolize fat. You drink coffee to wake up, wine to wind down, and water gets forgotten in between. Bring it back. Take your body weight in pounds, divide by 2, and that's the ounces of water you need daily. Add minerals so the water stays where it belongs, inside your cells, not rushing through. Potassium from bananas and avocados steadies blood pressure. Magnesium from seeds, almonds, and greens relaxes muscles and hormones. Sodium, just a pinch of sea salt in the morning, keeps hydration balanced. Try warm water with lemon and a tiny dash of pink salt when you wake. That simple ritual hydrates, alkalizes, and wakes your liver before caffeine ever hits. Hydration is hormonal communication. Without it, fat metabolism freezes. Now let's meet your liver, the quiet hero behind every successful weight loss story. Your liver filters estrogen, detoxifies processed foods, and regulates thyroid conversion. Think of it as your body's internal lab. When it's clean, you feel bright and steady. When it's overloaded, you feel foggy and puffy. Alcohol, sugar, and chronic stress fill its inbox faster than it can clear. Give it support, not starvation. Feed it bitter greens like arugula, kale, and dandelion. Add beets, carrots, and lemon to meals. These foods sweep away old hormones and rejuvenate bile flow. The payoff? Smoother digestion, clearer skin, and a metabolism that hums again. Detox isn't deprivation, it's digestion done right. Rest might be the most underrated fat burner of them all. Sleep is not idle time, it's recalibration. 7 hours of real rest allows cortisol to fall and growth hormone to rise. Growth hormone repairs muscle tissue and triggers fat oxidation, your body's nighttime detox. When you scroll or snack past midnight, you steal that repair window. Create an evening ritual that whispers, it's safe to rest. Herbal tea with chamomile or peppermint, stretching or journaling, lights dimmed and devices silenced. Every night you respect your rest, your body thanks you in the morning with energy and focus. Rest is not weakness, it's recovery. You cannot out-train exhaustion. Now let's get practical. Meal planning and portion rhythm. Diet culture teaches restriction. Hormones crave routine. Your metabolism loves predictability more than perfection. Think of meals as music, rhythm, not rebellion. 3 structured meals each day beat 5 random snacks every time. Breakfast, 20 to 30 grams of protein, eggs, Greek yogurt, tofu scramble, or a smoothie with protein powder and greens. Add healthy fat like avocado or chia seeds to keep you full. Lunch, the color plate. Half vegetables, 1/4 lean protein, 1/4 smart carbs like quinoa or sweet potato. Dinner, keep it light, soups, salads, or stir fries with olive oil and herbs. Your hands are built-in measuring tools. Your palm equals a protein portion, your cupped hand equals carbs, your thumb equals fats, and your fist equals a serving of vegetables. If it's not hunger in your belly, it's stress in your mind. Breathe first, then decide. Forget counting calories. Count calm moments instead. The body metabolizes rhythm faster than restriction. Exercise isn't punishment for what you ate, it's communication with your hormones. After 40, movement's purpose changes. You're no longer chasing size, you're shaping chemistry. When you walk, lift, stretch, and laugh, you send signals to estrogen, cortisol, and insulin that you're alive and adaptable. There are 4 movement zones that keep midlife metabolism humming. First, walk and breathe, brisk but gentle. 20 minutes daily improves insulin sensitivity and lowers cortisol. It tells your brain that stress is under control. Second, lift and tone. Strength training 2 or 3 times per week. Each rep maintains lean muscle and bone density. Muscle is metabolically active. It burns calories while you sleep. Third, stretch and release. Yoga or Pilates for flexibility and lymph flow. These reduce stiffness and rebalance estrogen dominance. Fourth, laugh and dance. Joyful movement that releases endorphins and resets serotonin. Laughter is hormonal medicine. Consistency beats intensity. 2 moderate workouts done weekly outperform 7 frantic ones fueled by guilt. Move to feel, not to fix. Now we reach the heart of transformation, the emotional weight you can't see. So many women carry invisible heaviness, the years of doing for everyone else, the perfectionism, the quiet resentment toward their changing bodies. That emotional load spikes cortisol more than any dessert could. To lose weight, you must lighten that mental backpack. Start with kindness. Talk to yourself the way you talk to your daughter or best friend. Your brain listens to your tone. If you speak guilt, it produces stress chemistry. If you speak grace, it produces calm chemistry. Progress, not perfection. 80% consistency rewires habits better than 1 week of perfection followed by burnout. Replace judgment with curiosity. Ask, what does my body need right now? Movement, water, or rest? Listening is the new discipline. Forgive your timeline. Weight that took 10 years to appear won't vanish in 10 days, and that's okay. Menopause is a long conversation, not a crash course. When you understand your biology, you stop bullying your body and start collaborating with it. Emotional weight releases when safety returns. Safety means boundaries, peace, joy, and yes, pleasure. Pleasure is the opposite of cortisol. Let's connect the science dots again. Iron and B12 provide the spark. Hydration and minerals deliver the current. Protein and fiber provide the structure. Movement directs the flow. Mindset keeps the switch turned on. You can have the best diet plan in the world, but if you sleep 4 hours a night and live in stress, your body will hold on to fat like a bank account in crisis. Likewise, you can meditate daily, but without nutrients, the chemistry can't shift. Balance both. Feed your cells and calm your soul. Meal planning tip for the week. Prepare 1 protein, 1 grain, and 2 vegetables every Sunday. For example, baked salmon, quinoa, and roasted zucchini with spinach. Mix and match through the week. Add nuts or seeds for texture and healthy fat. Consistent preparation removes daily decision fatigue, the quiet cortisol trigger you never notice. Keep snacks simple. Apple with almond butter, hummus with cucumber, boiled eggs, or dark chocolate for magnesium. These stabilize blood sugar and prevent evening binges. Let's talk metabolism myths. My metabolism died at 50. False. It slowed because muscle mass decreased and stress increased. The fix is not starvation, it's stimulation. Strength train, hydrate, and sleep deeply. Carbs make me fat. False again. Processed carbs cause inflammation. Fiber-rich carbs, oats, sweet potato, lentils support gut bacteria and hormone detox. I have to do more cardio. Not true. Long, high-stress cardio elevates cortisol. Brisk walks and strength intervals are more efficient. The rule: work smarter, not louder. Now picture your day as an energy wave. Morning is cortisol's natural peak. Use it with movement and protein. Midday is your digestive fire. Eat your largest meal then. Evening is melatonin's time. Slow meals, no drama, deep rest. Aligning your schedule with your hormones means working with the tide, not against it. That's the quiet science of sustainable weight management. Let's revisit hydration before we close. Water is how your body communicates. Every hormone, nutrient, and electrical impulse needs fluid. Without adequate water, your blood thickens, circulation slows, and your organs panic. Minerals, magnesium, potassium, sodium, calcium, are the translators of hydration. They guide fluid into your cells, balance pressure, and protect your heart. Women often fear salt, but it's balance that matters. Use natural sea salt, not processed sodium, and pair it with potassium-rich foods. You'll see bloat drop within days because your body finally feels secure enough to release water it's been hoarding. If you remember one thing from this class, let it be this: your body is always protecting you. Every symptom, fatigue, cravings, belly fat, is a message, not a malfunction. Translate the language and you'll heal. Stop fighting the messenger. Now, about exercise again. Keep it joyful. The goal is metabolic flexibility, the ability to switch between burning carbs and fat smoothly. Interval walks, light resistance bands, yoga flows, all achieve that. Perfection is optional, movement is mandatory. 10 minutes counts. A slow walk after dinner, some squats while brushing your teeth, stretching while watching TV. These micro movements teach your body that energy is abundant, not scarce. In menopause, recovery equals results. Muscles need protein and rest to adapt. If you train 3 times a week, take 1 day for pure recovery, sauna, bath, or nap. Rest is the secret ingredient that fitness influencers never show because it doesn't look dramatic, but it's the missing key for hormone harmony. Now, mindset, I call it weight of the world syndrome. You've been the caregiver, the achiever, the fixer. Your nervous system has lived in on mode for decades. Fat becomes armor. Fatigue becomes warning. Emotional healing is the final metabolism upgrade. Start each morning with 1 affirmation that reminds your body it's safe to let go. Try, I feed myself because I love myself. Calm is my fat burning zone. I'm not behind, I'm becoming. These phrases change chemistry. They raise serotonin, lower cortisol, and soften insulin resistance. Science proves it. Words are biochemistry. If tears fall while you repeat them, that's detox too, the emotional kind. Weight loss isn't only the shrinking of inches, it's the shedding of tension. As your nervous system calms, digestion improves, circulation flows, and your liver clears hormones efficiently. Peace is not poetic, it's metabolic. Let's put everything together. Morning, hydrate with lemon water and a pinch of sea salt. Eat protein within 30 minutes, maybe eggs with spinach or a smoothie with berries, chia, and Greek yogurt. Midday, colorful meal, half vegetables, a quarter protein, a quarter carbs. Add avocado or olive oil for hormone-friendly fat. Afternoon, walk 10 minutes, snack if hungry, almonds, boiled egg, or apple slices. Evening, light dinner, soup or salad with protein, herbal tea, stretch. No screens. That's your metabolic rhythm. Simple. Repeating it daily stabilizes blood sugar, cortisol, and cravings. Within 2 weeks, your energy improves. Within 4, bloating subsides. Within 8, sleep deepens. Weight loss becomes a side effect, not a struggle. You'll know you're healing when food stops being fear and becomes fuel. The key nutrients to keep in focus are still iron and B12 for oxygen and stamina, magnesium for stress and sleep, potassium for blood pressure, calcium and vitamin D for bones, omega-3s for inflammation, and fiber for detox. Notice, none of these come in a crash diet bottle. They come from real food and steady habits. Let's end with perspective. Midlife is not the downhill, it's the remix. Your body isn't punishing you, it's promoting you to a leadership position in your own health. Hormones no longer hide your habits, they mirror them. The good ones amplify quickly, and the bad ones fade as soon as you replace them. The process is forgiving if you are. Here's your new mantra. Eat real, move gently, sleep deeply, hydrate wisely, think kindly. Iron and B12 light your fire. Minerals keep it flowing. Rest and forgiveness keep it steady. Weight loss in menopause is not a race. It's a reunion with your rhythm. You don't need to become someone new. You need to remember who you were before exhaustion and guilt took over. The woman who laughed, danced, and trusted her body. She's still here, waiting for permission to lead again. Give her that permission tonight. Calm burns better than chaos. Feed yourself, flow daily, flourish always. Mineral metabolism and weight loss management in perimenopause and menopause. Sweetheart, let's start with something most people get wrong about midlife weight gain. Your body isn't fighting you, it's protecting you. When it holds on to fat, water, or puffiness, it's not punishment, it's protection. It's guarding your energy, buffering stress, and trying to create safety and chemistry that suddenly feels unpredictable. Perimenopause and menopause don't destroy your metabolism, they just change the rules. Your body becomes more responsive to minerals, hydration, and calm than to calorie math. Every cell in your body speaks the language of minerals: magnesium, potassium, sodium, calcium, zinc, iron. These are not just nutrients, they are electrical currents that allow your hormones to send messages. When one goes missing, the entire system misfires. You might crave sugar, feel puffy, or lose sleep, not because you're failing, but because your inner wiring is overloaded. The goal is not to starve the body into compliance, but to feed it into balance. Magnesium is the calm conductor of your internal orchestra. It regulates over 300 reactions: muscle relaxation, sleep cycles, stress response, and energy release. Every time you rush, scroll, or worry, you spend magnesium. Each cup of coffee or glass of wine drains it further. When levels drop, cortisol spikes, cravings grow, and fat storage increases. You can't out-diet a magnesium deficiency. It's the reason your body feels tense even after yoga and why you wake at 3 a.m. for no reason. The solution is simple. greens, seeds, beans, dark chocolate, or an Epsom salt bath. If food alone doesn't refill the tank, a small dose of magnesium glycinate before bed brings rest without grogginess. Calm burns better than chaos. Potassium keeps your body's tides moving. It balances sodium, supports your heart rhythm, and prevents water retention. Many women blame menopause for bloat when it's really low potassium. Estrogen used to help you retain this mineral. When it drops, sodium takes over and puffiness appears. Bring back harmony with avocados, bananas, beans, leafy greens, and coconut water. Start your day with warm water, lemon, and a pinch of sea salt. It wakes the liver, hydrates deeply, and sets your electrolyte balance before caffeine has a chance to confuse it. Hydration without minerals is plumbing. Hydration with minerals is communication. Sodium itself isn't evil, it's misunderstood. Your nerves, muscles, and brain depend on it to transmit signals. Too little and you feel weak and dizzy. Too much from processed foods and your body swells in defense. The answer is natural sodium from sea salt on whole foods, balanced with water and potassium. When those two dance, energy stays steady. You stop bouncing between fatigue and bloating. Calcium and vitamin D form the foundation beneath it all. Estrogen used to lock calcium inside your bones. When it fades, calcium leaks out and your body becomes desperate to restore equilibrium. That desperation can show up as cravings for cheese or sweets because calcium is tied to serotonin and dopamine. Support your bones and mood with yogurt, sardines, collard greens, or fortified milk. Pair them with sunshine or vitamin D so your body can actually use them. A calm skeleton makes a calm nervous system. Iron and B12 are your fire. They deliver oxygen to your cells and determine how efficiently you burn fuel. When they're low, metabolism slows and fatigue sneaks in disguised as hunger. Perimenopausal women often lose iron through erratic cycles, while postmenopausal women stop absorbing it as well. The solution isn't red meat overload, but smart pairing. Spinach with lemon, lentils with bell pepper, beans with citrus. Add eggs, salmon, or fortified grains for B12. Oxygen equals energy, energy equals burn. Zinc and selenium work quietly in the background for thyroid health and cell repair. They make sure your thermostat, the thyroid gland, knows when to turn up metabolism and when to rest. A few pumpkin seeds, sunflower seeds, eggs, or 2 Brazil nuts a day are enough to keep the system humming. Water ties everything together. It's the vehicle that carries minerals, flushes toxins, and triggers the body to release stored fat. When you're dehydrated, your body holds water because it doesn't trust that more is coming. Half your body weight in ounces of water daily is the sweet spot. Add cucumber slices, mint, or lemon if plain water bores you. Every sip tells your body, we're safe, you can let go. Meal rhythm is the art of gentle consistency. Your body thrives on timing, not restriction. Eat within an hour of waking to calm cortisol and start the metabolism engine. Include protein, color, and fiber. A good pattern looks like this: a strong breakfast with 20 grams of protein, a colorful lunch with greens and smart carbs, and a lighter dinner that whispers rest. Use your hands as guides: a palm of protein, a cupped hand of carbs, a thumb of fat, and a fist of vegetables. Skip the apps and calorie charts. Your body already knows how to measure when you pay attention to how you feel an hour after eating. If you're hungry, you likely need fuel. If you're craving, you likely need calm. Pause before snacks, drink water, breathe, and ask what your body really wants. That 3-minute check-in saves countless spirals of guilt and sugar. Your liver is the warehouse where minerals are processed. When overloaded with alcohol, processed food, or emotional stress, it slows the recycling of hormones and nutrients. A sluggish liver makes it impossible to lose fat efficiently. Cleanse it gently, not with starvation cleanses, but with whole foods, beets, arugula, garlic, and lemon water. These activate detox enzymes that escort out old estrogen and toxins. When your liver rests, your mind clears, your skin glows, and your waistline softens. Movement keeps minerals circulating. Every step you take stirs lymph fluid, pumps electrolytes, and recharges your cells. Walking after meals lowers insulin and improves digestion. Strength training twice a week preserves lean muscle and bone density, which is your long-term metabolism insurance. Yoga and stretching help magnesium enter muscles and release stiffness. Dancing or laughter floods your brain with endorphins that rebalance hormones naturally. Don't chase exhaustion, chase circulation. The goal of movement after 40 is communication, not punishment. Stress management is the invisible pillar of weight control. Every anxious thought consumes magnesium and zinc. Every burst of anger raises cortisol, telling the body to store fat just in case. When stress becomes constant, you crave salt and sugar, two quick mineral fixes. But instead of potato chips, answer the craving with mineral-rich foods, deep breathing, and laughter. Cortisol cannot coexist with joy. When you exhale slowly, your chemistry hears, "I'm safe." Safety is the environment where fat finally leaves. Mindset might be the most powerful mineral of all. Your thoughts generate real chemistry. A single self-critical sentence floods your body with acid. A kind word neutralizes it. Speak to yourself the way you'd speak to a daughter or best friend. Progress matters more than perfection. 80% consistency beats a week of intensity followed by burnout. The voice you use determines whether your hormones hear threat or trust. Choose trust. Gratitude changes metabolism too. When you eat with appreciation, your body digests better and absorbs more minerals. Taking 5 seconds to thank your food before eating isn't superstition. It triggers the parasympathetic nervous system and boosts enzyme flow. Every culture that blesses food unknowingly supports better metabolism. Meal planning can be effortless once you stop overthinking it. Keep ingredients ready instead of rigid rules. Cook 1 grain, 1 protein, and 2 vegetables every few days and mix them differently each meal. Salmon with quinoa and spinach one day, lentils with beets and lemon the next. Snack on nuts, seeds, fruit, or yogurt. The less you stress about what to eat, the more consistent your body becomes. Decision fatigue is its own cortisol trigger. Sleep is where everything resets. Minerals redistribute during rest. Magnesium settles into muscles. Calcium strengthens bone. Iron ferries oxygen, and cortisol finally lowers. Shortchanging sleep sabotages weight loss faster than sugar ever could. 7 hours minimum is non-negotiable. Build a bedtime routine, dim lights, peppermint tea, silence. Your body reads quiet as safety and safety as permission to burn fat. Hormones and minerals constantly communicate. Estrogen manages magnesium and copper storage. Progesterone influences sodium levels. Thyroid hormones depend on zinc and selenium. When menopause shifts the hormones, your minerals adjust like dominoes. The key is awareness, not panic. When you experience a symptom, hot flash, craving, fatigue, ask, which mineral might be whispering for attention? Your body always tells you before it breaks down. I've seen hundreds of women restore balance this way. One woman added lemon water each morning, magnesium at night, and walked daily. She didn't count a calorie, yet lost her stubborn bloat within weeks. Another increased iron and B12 through food, and her brain fog vanished before the scale even moved. A third simply slept 8 hours for the first time in years, and her body released weight because cortisol finally calmed. These are not miracles. They are chemistry obeying logic. The biggest mistakes are over-supplementing, cutting all salt, fearing carbs, skipping breakfast, or forgetting water. Supplements can crowd each other. Too much calcium blocks magnesium. Too much zinc lowers copper. Eliminating salt completely wrecks nerve signals and flattens energy. Carbs, when complex and fiber-rich, feed gut bacteria that detox estrogen. Skipping breakfast extends cortisol's rule over your metabolism, and dehydration renders all nutrients useless. The cure for every mistake is balance. Your daily ritual can be simple. On waking, drink warm water with lemon and a pinch of sea salt. Eat a protein-rich breakfast with greens. Take a short walk in the afternoon after a colorful meal. Eat a light dinner. Sip herbal tea. And rest early. Repeat for 21 days and watch your rhythm return. The simplicity is the magic. Weight loss after 40 is less about shrinking and more about relighting. When you replace fear with nourishment, everything shifts. The body you thought was broken becomes brilliant once it trusts you again. Every cell is designed to heal, but it needs time, minerals, and forgiveness. If you ever feel impatient, remind yourself. You're not trying to fix damage, you're uncovering balance. Healing takes consistency, not intensity. There's an energy you'll notice once you find equilibrium. Steadier mornings, calmer afternoons, fewer cravings at night. The scale may change slowly, but your reflection changes daily. Softer skin, clearer eyes, easier laughter. That's mineral metabolism in motion. Each nutrient plays its part. Magnesium calms, potassium flows, sodium signals, calcium strengthens, iron ignites, B12 energizes, zinc repairs, selenium guides the thyroid, and water carries the entire conversation. Together they create chemistry that favors healing instead of hoarding. So breathe deeper, eat simpler, sleep longer, and forgive faster. You'll find your metabolism was never lost. It was waiting for peace. When your body feels safe, it lets go of fat, of fear, of fatigue. You're entering a new chapter where wisdom leads and chaos retires. Your body isn't aging out of beauty, it's evolving into balance. Menopause and perimenopause are simply the seasons when the body asks for minerals, rhythm, and respect. Give it those and it rewards you with vitality that youth could never match. Eat real food, move because it feels good, rest like it's sacred, hydrate with purpose. Think kindly. You're not chasing weight loss anymore. You're cultivating metabolic peace. The more you nurture, the more your body trusts, and the lighter you become inside and hydration and exercise during menopause and perimenopause. Sweetheart, let's take a deep breath before we begin. You've probably been told that midlife fatigue, slow metabolism, and stubborn weight gain are just part of aging. That's not true. What's really happening inside you is chemistry, shifting hormones, thirsty cells, and a body quietly asking for movement and hydration in new ways. Menopause and perimenopause don't make you weaker. They ask you to move and drink with intention. They're not punishments, they're invitations. Your body is made of nearly 60% water. Every thought, every heartbeat, every hormone signal travels through that fluid network. Hydration is not just about thirst, it's about electricity. Without enough water, cortisol rises, estrogen struggles to circulate, and muscles can't contract efficiently. You can be alive and still dehydrated on a cellular level. You can drink water all day and still have dry skin, headaches, and fatigue if minerals aren't there to hold it inside your cells. That's why hydration in midlife becomes more than a wellness slogan. It becomes medicine. Your body has been through decades of multitasking, stress, caffeine, and emotional labor. You've poured yourself out for family, work, and everyone who needed you, but maybe not often enough for yourself. Hydration is your return to wholeness. One sip at a time. When estrogen begins to decline, your kidneys and adrenal glands take on extra work. They regulate sodium and water balance, but without estrogen support, they can't hold fluid as efficiently. That's why many women notice dry skin, brittle nails, or even that familiar afternoon crash. It's not weakness, it's water imbalance. Dehydration signals your body to slow metabolism because it interprets dryness as drought. The ancient survival system inside you believes scarcity has arrived, so it holds on to fat and sugar for energy security. That's why proper hydration often triggers natural weight release. You're convincing your biology that it's safe to let go. Morning hydration sets the tone for your day. Before coffee, before emails, give your cells something they actually understand. A glass of warm water with lemon and a tiny pinch of sea salt will rehydrate your blood, wake your liver, and balance electrolytes before stress gets a chance to speak. It's the simplest ritual, but it tells your body, I care about you first. After a week of doing it, you'll notice your digestion smooth out, your mood steady, and your morning energy rise without caffeine. Midday hydration is just as vital. When you feel hungry, pause and drink first. Thirst often hides under the mask of appetite. Every organ in your body uses hydration to metabolize food, move hormones, and flush toxins. Water isn't just a drink, it's your body's internal transport system. Picture it like a gentle river flowing through your veins, carrying nutrients where they belong and washing away what doesn't serve you. That river slows down with age and stress. Your job is to keep it moving, add color to your hydration. Slice cucumbers, mint, or berries into your water. Use herbal teas, hibiscus, nettle, ginger that support circulation and detox. These aren't gimmicks, they're chemistry in action. Herbs bring minerals and antioxidants that act like spark plugs in your cells. Each sip of real flavor reawakens energy your body forgot it had. Hydration also shapes your heart health. When your blood is too thick from dehydration, your heart works harder to push it through vessels. That strain leads to fatigue and higher blood pressure. Adequate water makes your blood silky, it flows, it delivers oxygen, it lets you breathe easier during exercise. That's how water becomes a form of self-love. It lightens the load on the heart. And now let's talk about exercise, the other half of this conversation. Movement in menopause isn't about punishment for food or chasing a younger version of yourself. It's about chemistry management. Every step you take, every stretch you hold, every muscle you strengthen resets your hormones. Exercise isn't optional anymore. It's how you speak your body's new language. When you move, your lymphatic system wakes up. That's your internal detox network. It doesn't have a pump like your heart. It depends on your muscles to squeeze it, circulate it, and clear out waste. Without movement, toxins and inflammation linger, and you feel heavy. That's why even a simple 10-minute walk after meals helps. It's not about burning calories, it's about keeping chemistry flowing. You don't have to join a gym or train for a marathon. The best workout in menopause is the one you'll actually do with joy. Walking, yoga, Pilates, dancing in your kitchen, light weights, stretching on the floor, all count. The key is consistency, not intensity. Your body is recalibrating, not competing. Think of movement as a conversation. If you listen, your body will tell you what kind it wants that day. Cardio, when done gently, strengthens your heart and oxygenates tissues. Strength training builds muscle, which is your midlife metabolism's best friend. Each pound of muscle burns calories even while you rest. Flexibility work keeps your joints supple and your posture young. You don't need long sessions. You need rhythm. 10 minutes twice a day beats an hour of punishment once a week. The connection between hydration and exercise is sacred. When you sweat, you lose sodium, potassium, and magnesium, the very minerals that regulate your mood and energy. That's why dehydration after workouts causes brain fog or irritability. Water alone won't fix it. Add a sprinkle of pink salt or a slice of banana after exercise. Replenish the minerals that left with your sweat. Your recovery will be faster, your mood brighter, and your sleep deeper. One of the reasons midlife women often feel sore longer after workouts is that their muscles are underhydrated. Muscle fibers rely on water to flush lactic acid and transport amino acids. When they're dry, soreness lingers and motivation drops. Staying hydrated before, during, and after exercise keeps everything flexible. Your tissues, your energy, even your patience. Menopause also changes how your body regulates temperature. Hot flashes and night sweats are signs that your internal cooling system is adjusting. Hydration plays a massive role here. When you're dehydrated, your body can't sweat efficiently and your internal thermostat panics. The solution isn't just a fan, it's water, electrolytes, and calm breathing. Every drop of hydration helps your body cool itself naturally. Exercise can ease those temperature swings too. When you move, you improve circulation and help your body release heat evenly instead of in bursts. Women who combine gentle exercise and hydration often report fewer hot flashes within weeks. The key isn't more effort, it's more flow. Now let's talk recovery. In your 20s, you could push hard and bounce back overnight. In menopause, your body needs rest as part of the workout. Sleep is when your muscles rebuild, your liver clears toxins, and your cortisol resets. Without it, no amount of water or movement can create balance. Think of sleep as your invisible workout. The one where your body lifts, stretches, and repairs in silence. To support recovery, hydrate before bed with herbal teas or warm water. Avoid alcohol and excessive caffeine. They dehydrate and disturb sleep cycles. Magnesium before bed helps relax muscles and nerves. You'll notice how your morning stiffness fades when your body feels hydrated overnight. Hydration is emotional too. When you're stressed, your adrenal glands pull water to protect your organs, leaving you feeling dry in the mouth and foggy in the head. Emotional dehydration leads to physical fatigue. That's why tears can be so healing. They release both salt and stress. Your body uses water to cry out toxins, both literal and emotional. Never apologize for needing rest, hydration, or softness. Those are your tools of strength now. Let's take this deeper. The relationship between hydration, exercise, and weight loss in menopause. When you move and hydrate properly, your insulin levels stabilize, your digestion improves, and your body begins to trust you again. Fat cells start releasing stored energy because they no longer feel they must protect you from stress or scarcity. Each day of consistent hydration and movement signals safety, and safe bodies burn. Many women chase fat loss through deprivation, cutting calories, carbs, or joy. But water and motion are abundance tools. They add, not subtract. They replenish oxygen and flush out inflammation. Your body stops hoarding when it feels nourished. Drink and move. That's your midlife fat burning formula. Let's create a daily rhythm. You wake up and hydrate first. You stretch. You breathe, you move your spine, you eat breakfast with protein and greens, then go for a 10-minute walk to wake your lymph system. You hydrate mid-morning, move again in the afternoon, even light stretching or a stroll counts. You eat dinner earlier, walk slowly afterward, hydrate again, and rest. These small rituals tell your metabolism, we're steady, we're alive. You can let go. Hydration supports mental health too. When your brain is dehydrated, serotonin and dopamine decline, leading to irritability or sadness. That's why a glass of water can sometimes lift your mood faster than coffee or sugar. Add daily movement and you release endorphins, the brain's happiness hormones. Together, hydration and exercise become your natural antidepressant. If you've been afraid of starting because you feel too tired, begin small. Stand and stretch for 2 minutes every hour. Walk around the block once a day. Keep a water bottle nearby as a reminder that care doesn't have to be complicated. Each act of movement and hydration teaches your body to trust life again. Over time, your energy will rise. You'll notice your skin glowing, your digestion smoothing, and your belly softening. Not because you punished yourself, but because you hydrated your cells and moved your blood. When your blood moves freely, every organ wakes up. Liver, kidneys, heart, brain. Your entire system becomes symphonic again. There's a gentle power in this stage of life that no one tells you about. When you move with awareness and drink with gratitude, you reconnect with your body's intelligence. You start noticing that tension doesn't serve you, that gentleness burns brighter than force. Your metabolism, your moods, your shape, they all respond to kindness faster than to cruelty. So much of modern wellness is noise, numbers, restrictions, apps, guilt. But your body doesn't speak in numbers, it speaks in sensations. Thirst, fatigue, lightness, warmth, calm, these are your true feedback signals. You don't need to track them, you need to feel them. Hydration is your calm, exercise is your flow. Together they're your new language of self-respect. Every sip of water says, I choose presence. Every stretch says, I'm here. Every walk says, I still trust my body. You're not chasing your younger self anymore. You're building your wiser self. The one who knows that strength comes from softness, that balance is the new beauty, and that energy is built, not found. This chapter of your life isn't about slowing down. It's about syncing up, aligning your mind, your body, and your chemistry through the simplest elements: water, breath, and motion. When you hydrate deeply, you glow. When you move gently, you flow. When you combine both, you heal. So tomorrow morning, start with that lemon water. Stretch while it warms your hands. Feel your breath move like a tide. Walk slowly, not to burn calories, but to wake your blood. Drink again mid-morning. Move again in the afternoon. Rest at night knowing you've given your body exactly what it asked for. Repeat that for 30 days, and you'll notice you no longer fight fatigue. It's gone. You no longer chase energy. It arrives. That's how hydration and movement transform menopause from a season of loss into a season of renewal. This body of yours isn't drying out or slowing down. It's redirecting energy toward wisdom, clarity, and power. The more water you give it, the more alive it becomes. The more you move it with grace, the more balanced it feels. Hydration is the flow of life inside you. Exercise is how you keep that flow alive. Together, they are not chores. They are the poetry of survival, the rituals that remind you you're still becoming. Drink, move, breathe, rest, smile, then repeat. That's your midlife miracle because, sweetheart, your body has never stopped loving you. It's only been waiting for you to... Sweetheart, before you rush into fixing anything, breathe. Menopause and perimenopause are not punishments, they're passages. They arrive like the tide, inevitable, powerful, cleansing. And though they can shake your balance, they are not the end of youth, but the beginning of mastery. Your body has spent decades creating life, building families, chasing schedules, and healing others. Now it turns inward and asks, what will you create for me? Every generation fears this stage because no one explained the science beneath the symptoms. Menopause is not a single day. It's a continuum of hormonal change that begins up to 10 years before your final period. Perimenopause is the rehearsal, menopause the transition, and post-menopause the new rhythm that follows. The orchestra doesn't stop playing, it just changes tempo. Estrogen and progesterone decline, cortisol takes the stage, and metabolism rewrites its music. You can't control the tempo, but you can tune your instruments: nutrition, movement, rest, hydration, and thought. The first instrument to tune is awareness. Many women enter this phase dehydrated, underfed, and overstressed. They confuse fatigue for age, cravings for failure, and forget that the same chemistry that once created life is still capable of renewal. Prevention starts not with supplements, but with listening. Your body whispers long before it shouts. Night sweats, irregular cycles, restless sleep, mood swings, joint stiffness. Each is a signal, not a sentence. The earlier you respond, the gentler the transition. Water is the first medicine. Hormones travel through blood and lymph, both liquid. Without fluid, messages between glands slow, digestion stalls, and detoxification clogs. Begin every morning with warm water and lemon. It wakes your liver and balances your pH before caffeine calls. Add a pinch of sea salt or a slice of cucumber. Minerals help water stay inside cells instead of slipping through. Hydration isn't just about drinking, it's about absorption. Minerals are the translators of hydration. Magnesium calms the nervous system, potassium balances sodium, and calcium builds bones while steadying mood. When estrogen declines, your body loses the ability to retain these minerals, which is why cramps, headaches, and bloating appear. Replenish through food before pills: spinach, pumpkin seeds, lentils, avocado, and yogurt. Think of every meal as a chemistry lesson: greens for magnesium, beans for fiber, berries for antioxidants, fish for omega-3s. Nutrition is the architect of prevention. The myth says menopause kills metabolism, but what really happens is mitochondrial slowdown from nutrient neglect. Iron carries oxygen. B12 converts it into energy. Omega-3 fats build brain membranes and reduce inflammation. Fiber stabilizes insulin and clears excess estrogen. Every nutrient has a role in your hormonal symphony. You're not eating to be thin, you're eating to keep the music clear. Start with protein. Women in their 30s and 40s often undereat it, chasing low-calorie diets that strip muscle. But muscle is your metabolic furnace. As hormones shift, you need more, not less. About 1 gram per kilogram of body weight. Eggs, tofu, salmon, lentils, Greek yogurt. Add a handful at every meal. Pair it with fiber, beans, chia seeds, whole grains to keep blood sugar stable. Insulin spikes are the real enemy of midlife weight gain, not hormones themselves. Color matters. Green vegetables like kale, arugula, and broccoli feed the liver enzymes that detoxify old hormones. Orange and red produce carotenoids that protect your eyes and skin. Purple berries feed the brain. When your plate looks like a garden, your chemistry smiles. Every shade of plant food represents a family of phytonutrients that delay cellular aging. The deeper the color, the stronger the shield. Fruits provide hydration in edible form. Watermelon, oranges, apples, and berries offer fluid plus fiber, a double gift. Don't fear fruit sugar, fear processed sugar. Nature packaged sweetness with vitamins for a reason. 1 apple stabilizes blood sugar better than a handful of crackers. Fat is another misunderstood ally. Estrogen once kept your arteries flexible. Without it, good fats must step in. Olive oil, flaxseed, walnuts, and salmon feed your heart and brain. Avoid hydrogenated oils that inflame tissues. Remember, anti-inflammatory eating is menopause prevention. Every bite either soothes or stokes the fire. Micronutrients act quietly but powerfully. Zinc supports immunity and libido. Selenium protects the thyroid. Iodine fuels metabolism, and vitamin D guards bones. A little sunshine each morning, 10 minutes on your face and arms, does more for hormones than any capsule. Pair sunlight with movement and you create dopamine, the motivation chemical that fights fatigue. Exercise is not punishment. It's hormone translation. Each muscle contraction releases myokines, tiny proteins that communicate with fat cells and the brain. They reduce inflammation, boost insulin sensitivity, and lift mood. Cardio strengthens the heart. Strength training preserves lean tissue. Stretching maintains mobility. Do a little of each regularly. 10 minutes of walking after meals lowers insulin more effectively than medication for many women. Lifting light weights twice a week signals your bones to hold calcium. Yoga or Tai Chi restores parasympathetic calm, reversing the cortisol storm. The goal isn't exhaustion, but rhythm. Your body once thrived on monthly cycles. Now it seeks daily ones. Eat, move, and rest on a schedule your body can predict. Consistency is the new fertility. It creates stability in chemistry that craves order. Sleep is part of your nutrient plan. Growth hormone and melatonin repair cells, regulate appetite, and stabilize mood, but they only rise in darkness. Dim lights an hour before bed, silence devices, sip chamomile or magnesium tea. Your body interprets light as command, darkness as permission. When you respect that cue, weight control becomes easier, cravings lessen, and energy returns. Prevention is simply consistency practiced with compassion. To delay severe menopause symptoms, begin in your 30s with nourishment instead of neglect. Reduce processed food, manage stress, and stay hydrated. The smoother your perimenopause, the healthier your menopause. Stress remains the hidden saboteur. Chronic worry raises cortisol, which steals progesterone and magnesium. The result, anxiety, bloating, and stubborn belly fat. The cure is simple but not easy. Slow breathing, laughter, sunlight, and nature. Cortisol can't coexist with calm. Every exhale lowers its signal. Every smile resets it. Gut health intertwines with hormonal balance. Your intestines host bacteria that recycle estrogen. Feed them fiber, vegetables, oats, beans, and they'll manage excess hormones naturally. A healthy gut means fewer hot flashes, better mood, and improved weight control. Think of prevention as accumulation, not perfection. Each day you add a drop of care, hydration, greens, rest, you delay decline. The body rewards patience. When you hydrate, your cells plump like flowers revived after drought. When you move, your joints lubricate themselves with synovial fluid. When you eat color, you coat your arteries with antioxidants that keep blood flowing like youth. Menopause does not mean dryness, weakness, or sadness. It means rebirth through maintenance. Delay and prevention are not about freezing time. They're about aging elegantly. You can't stop change, but you can steer it. As you move through this phase, make peace with your body's new priorities. It now cares less about reproduction and more about preservation. That's why nutrients matter even more. Calcium for bones, magnesium for nerves, iron for oxygen, potassium for the heart, omega-3s for the brain. Each meal is a vote for longevity. Fruits hydrate, vegetables detoxify, proteins rebuild, fats protect. No one food fixes everything, but together they whisper, stay alive, stay strong. Perimenopause is the training ground for resilience. The habits you build now determine whether menopause feels like a storm or a sunrise. Eat slowly, chew fully, hydrate deeply, move daily. These aren't trends, they're timeless. If you ever feel discouraged, remember the math of biology. The body replaces itself constantly. Every skin cell, every red blood cell, every lining of your stomach renews within months. You're not stuck. You're remodeling. Feed that process with kindness. When cravings hit, ask what they mean. Sweet cravings often signal magnesium deficiency. Salty ones ask for minerals. Fatigue calls for hydration. Your body speaks. You just need to translate. Even hormones obey physics. Balance equals flow. Water conducts. Food fuels. Movement circulates. Together, they delay the friction that causes disease. Imagine your future self, vibrant at 60, strong at 70, thanking you for every glass of water, every walk, every leafy green. That vision is prevention. This stage of life can be your renaissance if you allow nourishment to replace noise. You don't need expensive supplements or punishing workouts. You need awareness and routine. Drink before you're thirsty, eat before you're desperate, rest before you're exhausted. Your body wants partnership, not performance. And when doubt whispers, remember, wisdom doesn't weaken the body, it refines it. You are not losing hormones, you are gaining harmony. Hydration and nourishment build the foundation, but rhythm is what sustains it. Once you begin feeding your body minerals and color, you start to notice that your energy returns in waves. That rhythm is your body's way of saying thank you. It wants you to keep showing up at regular intervals. That's why meal timing, gentle exercise, and rest work like clock hands. Each one completes the other's circle. You can eat perfectly and still feel sluggish if you don't move. You can work out daily and still feel foggy if you skip water. The secret is integration, not isolation. Start with your mornings. The way you treat your body in the first 2 hours after waking sets the tone for the rest of the day. After your lemon water, step outside if possible. Sunlight tells your brain it's daytime, which resets melatonin and cortisol. A 10-minute walk, even around your kitchen, circulates lymph and warms joints. If walking outdoors isn't possible, roll your shoulders, stretch your spine, breathe deeply. Every inhale is information for your hormones. Your body listens when you move. Breakfast should be protein-rich and colorful. Oats with chia seeds and berries, or eggs with spinach and avocado. The goal is to anchor blood sugar so you don't crave sugar later. Think of breakfast as permission to burn fuel instead of store it. Skipping it tells your body to hold energy. Feeding it tells your body to use energy. By mid-morning, hydrate again. Add cucumber or mint to your water. Every 2 or 3 hours, give your body small reminders that abundance is here. When you're hydrated consistently, you prevent cortisol from mistaking thirst for danger. Lunch is your body's prime time for digestion. Between noon and 2, your metabolism burns brightest. That's when complex carbs like quinoa, brown rice, or sweet potato can shine. Pair them with protein and vegetables. Half your plate should still be greens, broccoli, kale, zucchini, arugula. These vegetables are rich in chlorophyll, which cleanses the liver, and magnesium, which calms the nerves. Sprinkle olive oil or flaxseed for healthy fat. Fat slows digestion just enough to keep you satisfied. Fruit fits beautifully between meals. Pineapple aids digestion, papaya soothes inflammation, apples cleanse the gut, and berries feed the brain. Pair fruit with nuts to steady the sugar release. A handful of almonds with an apple is nature's balanced energy bar. When afternoon fatigue creeps in, resist caffeine as your only rescue. That slump usually means dehydration, not hunger. Try a tall glass of water with a squeeze of lime and a pinch of sea salt, then stretch, stand, and breathe. Even a few deep breaths oxygenate the brain and reset concentration. Evenings should be gentle. Heavy dinners close to bedtime confuse your metabolism. Choose soups, salads, or lightly cooked vegetables with lean protein. Add herbs like turmeric, ginger, or rosemary to lower inflammation and aid sleep. A mug of herbal tea can become your signal that the day is ending and repair is beginning. Exercise, like food, works best in cycles. There's no single correct formula, but the guiding principle is movement every day, intensity a few times a week, and rest often enough to heal. If you haven't moved regularly in years, start with walking. 10 minutes after meals improves insulin sensitivity and digestion. 20 minutes of brisk walking increases serotonin and oxygen delivery. After a few weeks, your endurance quietly builds. Your legs feel lighter, your breath easier. Strength training deserves a special place in midlife. Estrogen loss reduces muscle mass, and less muscle means slower metabolism. You don't need heavy weights. Resistance bands, body weight squats, and light dumbbells performed consistently maintain tone and bone density. Aim for 2 or 3 sessions a week. When you build muscle, you build metabolic confidence. Stretching and mobility work prevents stiffness. Perimenopause often tightens joints because collagen declines along with estrogen. Stretching keeps fascia supple, improves circulation, and reduces pain. Even 5 minutes before bed, gentle twists, shoulder rolls, deep breathing can erase the day's tension. Yoga adds another layer. The physical poses strengthen your body, but the breathing resets your nervous system. Each deep exhale signals safety. Each inhale draws in life. Menopause symptoms ease when your body stops feeling threatened. The calmer your nervous system, the fewer hot flashes, the smoother your sleep. Movement and mindfulness share the same root, flow. You may notice that after starting consistent exercise, your thirst changes. That's good. Exercise increases plasma volume and demand for electrolytes. Remember to replenish sodium, potassium, and magnesium. Coconut water, bananas, leafy greens, or even homemade electrolyte drinks made with lemon, honey, and a pinch of salt are perfect. Sweating is not just physical, it's detoxification. Through sweat, your body releases trace metals and excess salts that strain your kidneys. That's why sweating regularly through exercise or sauna improves skin clarity and mood. Each drop leaving your pores carries away toxins your liver processed overnight. Water replaces what sweat removes. Together they create renewal. Midlife metabolism loves pattern and hates extremes. Forget the no-carb or fast everything trends. Your hormones want steadiness, not shocks. Balanced meals, hydration, daily movement, proper rest. These are the real weight management secrets. Crash diets may drop water weight, but raise cortisol, and cortisol blocks fat loss faster than sugar ever could. When your body feels safe, it releases weight naturally. Let's talk about green vegetables again, because they are the quiet heroes. Kale, collards, mustard greens, dandelion leaves all contain plant estrogens or phytoestrogens that gently mimic natural estrogen in the body. They smooth the transition without synthetic hormones. They're also rich in fiber that binds to old estrogen and removes it, keeping balance instead of buildup. Think of greens as both cleanser and stabilizer. Steam them lightly or saute with garlic and olive oil. Pair them with vitamin C-rich foods like lemon or tomato to increase iron absorption. Broccoli and Brussels sprouts deserve special mention. They contain a compound called indole 3-carbinol, which helps your liver convert estrogen into its safer form. Regular servings can reduce bloating, tenderness, and mood swings tied to estrogen dominance. Nature hid medicine in your grocery aisle. Fruits carry antioxidants that protect your mitochondria, the energy factories in your cells. Berries, pomegranates, and citrus fruits combat oxidative stress that accelerates aging. Apples support gut bacteria. Bananas supply potassium. Mangoes provide vitamin A for skin repair. The secret isn't any single fruit, it's variety. The more color you eat, the wider your shield. Hydration through food is as valuable as through drinks. Cucumbers, melons, tomatoes, and leafy greens all contain over 90% water. They cool the body from the inside, easing hot flashes and aiding kidney function. If plain water feels dull, eat your hydration. Protein timing affects exercise results. A little protein within an hour after training repairs muscle faster. A simple shake, yogurt with fruit, or beans with rice does the job. Your body is less efficient at muscle synthesis after 40, so timing matters. You're not bodybuilding, you're preserving structure. Rest days aren't lazy, they're intelligent. Muscles grow during recovery, not exertion. Take a full day each week for gentle walks, stretching, or restorative yoga. Overtraining raises cortisol and disrupts sleep, undoing your progress. Balance remains the golden rule. Move enough to stimulate, rest enough to restore. Weight management in menopause often feels mysterious. The scale can fluctuate 2 to 4 pounds daily from water shifts alone. Estrogen loss alters how your body stores glycogen and sodium. Instead of chasing numbers, chase consistency. Measure success by energy, digestion, and mood. When those improve, the mirror follows. Sleep remains your metabolic reset. Without 7 hours, your hunger hormones misfire. Ghrelin increases, leptin drops, and cravings win. No nutrient or workout can replace deep rest. Guard it like medicine. Dim lights, no screens, cool room, magnesium before bed. Those simple habits repair what stress dismantled. Your heart thrives on movement, your brain on oxygen, your skin on hydration. Every system benefits simultaneously when you combine exercise and water. Circulation brings nutrients to the surface. Hydration keeps them there. That's why active women often look younger than sedentary ones, even without creams. Their cells are literally more irrigated. If fatigue discourages you, start small. Park farther from the door. Take stairs, dance to one song, stretch during commercials. The goal isn't perfection, but motion. Each movement keeps lymph fluid circulating. Stagnation is what ages you. Nutrition and movement work best when they support each other. Eat enough to fuel your workouts and move enough to improve your appetite for whole food. Exercise improves digestion, which helps you absorb minerals more efficiently. The synergy is elegant. Water moves nutrients into cells. Exercise demands their use. Rest allows their replacement. Your emotional body also needs exercise. Dance, laughter, singing, all release endorphins that rival antidepressants. When estrogen drops, serotonin often dips too. Joyful movement fills that gap. Never underestimate the medicine of joy. Hydration, food, and exercise together regulate blood pressure and heart rate. Potassium in fruits like bananas, oranges, and kiwi relaxes vessel walls. Omega-3 fats in fish or flaxseed reduce arterial inflammation. Combine those with consistent walking and you reduce heart disease risk by half. You are your best cardiologist. Bone strength deserves attention. With declining estrogen, bone density decreases. Weight-bearing exercises, walking, stair climbing, light weights signal your bones to rebuild. Calcium from greens and yogurt, vitamin D from sunlight, magnesium from nuts, and potassium from fruits all contribute to bone remodeling. Bones, like muscles, respond to use. They listen when you move. In perimenopause, hormones still fluctuate, which can cause sudden energy dips. Track your cycles if they continue. On low energy days, favor restorative movement like yoga. On high energy days, walk briskly or lift weights. Matching exercise intensity to your hormonal rhythm prevents burnout. Water acts as natural lubrication for joints. Dehydration makes cartilage brittle, increasing stiffness. Regular hydration keeps you agile and less prone to injury. When your joints ache, reach for water before painkillers. Often dryness, not damage, causes the pain. The gut continues to shape everything. When you exercise, blood flow to the intestines improves, helping nutrient absorption. Fiber from fruits and greens feeds the microbiome, which in turn produces short-chain fatty acids that lower inflammation. Hydration softens fiber so it moves smoothly, preventing constipation, a common midlife complaint. When the gut works, the mood stabilizes. 90% of serotonin lives there. Your skin mirrors your internal hydration. No cream can replace water from within. The plumpness you seek in products begins with consistent fluid intake and antioxidant foods. Berries, green tea, and leafy vegetables supply vitamin C and polyphenols that maintain collagen. Movement increases circulation to the skin, giving that glow we call vitality. As months of consistent care accumulate, prevention transforms into renewal. You notice fewer symptoms, steadier emotions, clearer mornings. Weight redistributes, not because you fought it, but because you harmonize with it. Your metabolism stops panicking and starts trusting. Delay and prevention are not about denying time. They're about guiding it gracefully. Every nutrient, every glass of water, every walk is an instruction to your body. Keep regenerating. Your cells obey input more than age. You may not control when menopause begins, but you control how it feels. Hydration keeps circulation alive. Food supplies raw materials, and exercise instructs the machinery to use them well. When these three align, you delay dysfunction naturally. You preserve energy, skin tone, bone density, and joy. Even in post-menopause, growth continues. New muscle fibers, new neural connections, new confidence. Midlife becomes not a shrinking, but a strengthening. You've learned to listen to the whispers of thirst, tension, fatigue, and to answer them kindly. That's mastery. The future you build through hydration, food, and movement isn't fragile. It's flexible. You've given your body what it always wanted, cooperation. You've learned to listen, to feed, to move. Now comes the art of sustaining it, keeping the rhythm steady when life grows loud again. The real mastery of menopause and perimenopause isn't in the quick fix. It's in the quiet repetition of care. What you repeat becomes chemistry. Every glass of water, every stretch, every leafy meal writes a new code into your cells. Safety, strength, renewal. There will be days you forget, days you rush, days the world demands more than you have to give. That's part of the rhythm too. The secret is returning gently instead of starting over harshly. When you slip, you simply resume. The body remembers the music faster than you think. Morning is still your sacred space. Hydration, sunlight, breath, those three gifts frame your hormones for the day. If you wake feeling stiff or swollen, begin with movement before judgment. Twisting your spine, circling your wrists, rolling your ankles, all of it reopens the inner rivers. You are not aging badly. You are recalibrating. Each movement is an act of forgiveness to yourself for years spent rushing. As your day unfolds, stay attuned to subtler signals. Fatigue after lunch might mean dehydration. Irritability might mean low magnesium. Forgetfulness might mean you skipped protein. The body doesn't punish, it requests. Learning to decode its language is the truest prevention. Food remains your daily pharmacy. Keep colors bright and simple. Greens for cleansing, oranges for antioxidants, purples for circulation, yellows for immunity. In 1 week of colorful meals, you can reset blood sugar, reduce inflammation, and lift your mood. Make water part of every meal, not separate from it. Sip, don't gulp. Digestion relies on moisture to move nutrients along the intestines. When you rush meals, the gut tenses and misses cues. When you eat slowly and hydrated, absorption multiplies. Protein and greens remain your anchors, but balance them with pleasure. If you love bread, choose whole grains with seeds. If you crave sweetness, choose fruit before dessert. The goal isn't restriction, it's rhythm. Deprivation raises cortisol. Enjoyment lowers it. Exercise continues to evolve with your seasons. In early perimenopause, energy fluctuates wildly. Some days you feel unstoppable, others heavy. Work with the wave. On energetic days, lift weights or dance. On low days, stretch or walk. There's no guilt in gentle movement. It's still medicine. In menopause itself, joint support becomes key. Include omega-3 rich foods to lubricate tissues, hydrate before workouts, and add mobility drills. If stiffness appears, it's often dehydration and inactivity teaming up, not permanent loss. Once you move again, flexibility returns like memory. Breathing is your invisible workout. Slow diaphragmatic breathing massages organs, lowers cortisol, and restores blood flow to the brain. Practice it whenever anxiety stirs. 4 counts in, 4 hold, 6 out. The extended exhale tells every cell that danger has passed. It's the most affordable therapy on earth. Hydration and exercise also shape sleep. When you move during the day, your body temperature rises, then naturally drops at night, signaling rest. When you drink water through the day but taper in the evening, you prevent night wakings. Rest is chemistry's reset. Without it, no nutrient or routine can integrate. Midlife women often underestimate recovery. The years of multitasking conditioned you to ignore fatigue, but rest is not luxury, it's regulation. Muscles, hormones, and even emotions need downtime to rebuild. A rested body burns fat more efficiently than a restless one. When you rest, your thyroid breathes again. Emotionally, menopause can feel like unmasking. The roles and responsibilities that defined you begin to loosen, and what remains is the core self, unfiltered, honest, powerful. That honesty can frighten at first, but it's liberation disguised as loss. Movement, nutrition, and hydration anchor you while your identity expands. Nutrients influence mood as much as hormones. Omega-3s improve serotonin signaling. Magnesium calms nerves. B vitamins support dopamine. Iron delivers oxygen to the brain. When you eat well, you think clearly. When you think clearly, you choose well. It's a circle of self-support. Delay and prevention are not denial of time, they're collaboration with it. Every nutrient you supply extends function. Calcium strengthens bones now so you can hike at 70. Potassium protects your heart so you can laugh without fear. Hydration preserves skin elasticity, the literal softness of being alive. Prevention is gratitude expressed through care. The gut remains your quiet guardian. Feed it daily with fiber, fermented foods, and kindness. Stress kills good bacteria faster than antibiotics. Breathe before eating. Bless your food. These gestures change digestion more than supplements ever could. Fruits and greens still deserve their spotlight. Berries protect your DNA from oxidation. Citrus supports collagen. Leafy vegetables sweep away excess cholesterol. Avocado supplies monounsaturated fats that nourish skin and brain. Each bite of produce is an insurance policy against inflammation, the root of almost every disease that shortens life. If you find variety hard, rotate by color. One day all green, broccoli, spinach, kiwi. Next day orange, carrots, mango, turmeric. Another day purple, beets, grapes, cabbage. Nature coded nutrients by color so you wouldn't need to memorize chemistry. Your relationship with food should feel like friendship, not transaction. Eat to support energy, not to earn approval. The body responds to generosity better than to control. Exercise now becomes less about transformation and more about maintenance. Think of it as oiling the hinges. 30 minutes of daily movement keeps insulin balanced, blood flowing, and mood stable. But equally important are small movements throughout the day, stretching at your desk, walking during calls, breathing between tasks. Metabolism loves micro movement. Hydration is the same. Large and frequent gulps confuse kidneys. Steady sipping keeps balance. Imagine your cells like houseplants. They don't want to flood once a day. They want mist all day long. Joy fuels discipline. Choose activities that make you smile. Dancing, swimming, cycling, gardening. When exercise feels like play, consistency becomes natural. Laughter itself oxygenates tissues, massages the diaphragm, and releases tension. Every giggle is a tiny cardio burst. The menopausal heart benefits most from endurance built through calm activity. Brisk walks, hikes, or swimming sessions lower blood pressure and keep arteries elastic. The rhythm of your feet becomes the rhythm of your heartbeat. Hydration amplifies every gain. When you sweat, your body removes waste through pores. Replenishing afterward restores mineral balance. A pinch of sea salt and a drizzle of honey in water after a workout replace electrolytes better than store drinks filled with sugar. Weight loss, if you desire it, now depends less on restriction and more on regulation. Cortisol, insulin, and thyroid hormones decide whether fat stays or leaves. Balanced meals, sleep, and hydration calm them. Extreme diets, stress, and dehydration inflame them. Feed your hormones peace, not panic. Mindset completes the puzzle. Your body is listening to every word you say about it. Speak gratitude instead of criticism. Instead of, "I'm tired of this belly," try, "This belly kept me alive through years of care." Language changes posture, and posture changes chemistry. The brain itself thrives on hydration and nutrients. Water improves concentration. Omega-3s strengthen neural membranes. Antioxidants prevent memory decline. Exercise grows new neurons through a protein called BDNF, brain-derived neurotrophic factor. Each walk literally grows your mind. Balance is your masterpiece. Too much exercise without recovery ages joints. Too much rest without motion stiffens them. Too much food without color dulls energy. Too much restriction dims joy. The sweet spot lies in gentle alternation. Flow, not force. Community helps sustain it. Walk with friends, share recipes, celebrate small wins. Laughter with others releases oxytocin, which lowers blood pressure and improves metabolism. Healing is contagious when shared. Your journey through menopause and perimenopause mirrors the seasons. Perimenopause is late summer, abundant but unpredictable. Menopause is autumn, leaves falling, roots deepening. Postmenopause is winter giving way to spring. Quiet renewal, new blossoms. Hydration is the rain through them all. Movement is the wind that keeps the air fresh. To delay decline, you nourish continuously. To prevent disease, you move intentionally. To feel young, you think kindly. That is the triangle of longevity. In practical terms, create a daily rhythm that feels like a conversation with your body. Morning, hydrate and move. Midday, refuel and breathe. Evening, rest and reflect. These are not chores, they're check-ins. When life disrupts you, travel, stress, illness, return to the basics: water, greens, breath. They reset the entire system faster than medication. If you could peek inside your bloodstream after a week of this rhythm, you'd see lower inflammation markers, steadier glucose, and relaxed cortisol. You'd see cells repairing DNA, liver enzymes clearing toxins, and your heart pumping with less effort. Science is simply the poetry of proof. And if you could glimpse the emotional body, you'd see calm rising where anxiety once lived. Movement clears mind clutter. Hydration cools emotional heat. Food stabilizes mood. You're not just treating symptoms, you're cultivating serenity. As you move toward your later years, these habits become your independence plan. Hydration keeps your joints lubricated. Nutrition keeps your brain sharp. Exercise keeps you mobile. The body you care for now is the one that will carry your joy later. Somewhere between all this care and consistency, you'll realize menopause never stole anything from you. It handed you authority. Authority over pace, priorities, and peace. Youth chased external validation. Wisdom seeks internal harmony. You have entered the era where self-respect replaces self-critique. Continue to learn new ways to move, a dance, a stretch, a swim. Keep trying new fruits and greens. Variety keeps your gut ecosystem diverse. Keep hydrating even when you forget. It's the quietest form of discipline. Each evening, remind yourself that prevention is happening right now, invisibly. Arteries softening, skin hydrating, neurons firing smoother. Progress in midlife rarely looks dramatic. It feels gentle, like a return to balance. By now, your meals have likely simplified. Whole foods, real colors, steady water. Simplicity itself is therapeutic. Complication breeds stress. Simplicity breeds space. Space to breathe, laugh, rest. That space is longevity. When doubts return, look back at how far you've come, from confusion to clarity, from exhaustion to rhythm. The body you once feared for betraying you has proven loyal once more. It was never broken. It was waiting for partnership. Carry this truth. Prevention and delay are not time against you. They're time with you. Every sip, every stretch, every leaf of green adds days, adds joy, adds ease. Aging isn't decay, it's deepening. Like tea steeping in hot water, you become stronger the longer you steep.